Hi there, I'm Eddie Smith, and I want to welcome you to How to Write a Christian Book and Get It Published. This is a seminar that I've been teaching around the country for the last couple of years, and I see it as a way of equipping saints for the work of the ministry. That's one of our roles, as you know, and hopefully I'll be able to equip you for the work of your ministry, and especially if God has called you to and you feel led and are interested in writing a book and getting it published. I know that they say 85% or more of Americans dream of writing their own book at some time. And so this will be helpful to you in that regard, and helpful whether you're writing a Christian book or any book and getting it published from a secular publisher or a Christian publisher. Exodus 17, verse 14, it says, "And the Lord said to Moses, write this for a memorial in a book." So this is nothing new. This has been around for centuries, and there are some new techniques, though, that we're learning. And in our time together, I'm going to show you how to write a book faster than you ever thought you could. When people see it, they're actually amazed at the simplicity of it. And although I will teach from a nonfiction standpoint, because that's what I write, most of the tools that I'll present to you would be effective and applicable to fiction books if that's your genre. One of my students, a pastor from Pennsylvania, reported that this course saved him at least 1 year in writing his doctoral thesis. Actually, it's kind of funny. I met him on a charter bus going downtown Washington, D.C. for a meeting. And on the bus, we were sitting there, didn't know we were going to the same meeting. And we introduced ourselves to each other in some fashion. And he asked me what I did. And I told him I taught people how to write books. And he said, "What do you teach them?" And so I gave him a little mini lesson on the bus, and it was with that he saved 1 year in writing his book. So later, when I began to teach the seminar, he flew halfway across the country to sit in on the seminar live and get the rest of the seminar. So we're going to give it all to you and hope that it will help you. He's now, by the way, writing his thesis into a Christian book, and his idea is that he will get the book published and his thesis will begin to pay for itself. Ray Bradbury, I'm going to tell you how I write full-size books in as little as 14 to 21 days. In fact, last year I wrote 4 books, and you will be able to write quickly as well. Ray Bradbury said it's true. I wrote the first draft of Fahrenheit 451 in just 9.5 days. So he wrote a multi-million-dollar book in 9.5 days. With these strategies, you'll be able to write a chapter in 75 minutes. For those of you that are mathematically challenged, that's an hour and 15 minutes. You can write a chapter, and you can write a nonfiction book in 25 hours if you didn't stop to eat and sleep. If you can talk, you can write. In fact, if you're a good talker, you're probably going to be a good writer. If you're a good writer, you may have to unlearn a few things. I think the people that this course is hardest on are those that have been trained in writing and have taken many courses and have a set way of doing things, because I'm going to be sharing with you a whole different way of doing things. And I'll share with you how to get your book published. I have a growing bookshelf full of published books from my students, people that took the course and followed the instructions and went to the publishers or self-published their books. I'm going to talk to you about that too. Talk to you about ebooks as well as hard copy books. Now, the manual is no mere fill-in-the-blank manual. I've given you my teaching manual. So if you have printed out your manual, there's a data CD in this course with the materials that you got. And if you will open it up, you'll see in the data CD, you'll see the manual listed there. It'll be in a PDF fashion, a portable digital file fashion. And if you'll print that out, you'll have the same manual, the same text that I'm using, word for word. So I don't want you to be stuck with nothing to refer back to, but a bunch of blanks that you may or may not have filled in correctly. I'm giving you everything that I've got. So that should make it more valuable to you and more helpful. So you'll have the complete teaching manual with step-by-step instructions for writing and getting your book published. So when we finish teaching this, and you've listened to all of the CDs or seen all of the DVDs, you'll have the manual to go back anytime and pick up where we left off and find what you're looking for.